Well, first of all, I was born and raised a Catholic. I got all my sacraments on occasions, like what you call a cradle Catholic. My parents would bring me to get baptized, get my first communion, get confirmation, and all the sacraments. Come to church on Easter, on Christmas, and that was it. So throughout life, in my family, we weren't regular churchgoers, but then I would decide to come to church on my own when I could, and I would remember to go to church. Then when I moved back to Staten, after having lived outside of Staten, I started doing CCD classes. I was asked a question once in the 4th or 5th grade class of CCD or catechism, and I didn't have the answer, like, what is that book that the readers walk in with? I said, I don't know, but I'll find out. But there was a student in the class that says, Miss Reyes, I know. And so he knew that it was the lectionary, and that's when I decided that it was time for me to start knowing my religion. And I started going to the RCIA classes with Sister Christine. That's basically how I started. And then I started helping, being a reader, and then I became a sacristan for the Spanish Masses. And I asked around to see if when we started having a lot of Hispanic people in the community, I asked to see if we could have Masses offered in Spanish. Father Wallace was here at the time, and we got permission for one Mass at 7 p.m. on Sunday. And basically that's how I got involved in doing or being part of the church. Actually, there's 2 times that I can consider. One of them was when I was younger. I was looking for love in all the wrong places, as you may say, like the song says. And the first time is I was having feminine problems, and I was so sore, and one day I just decided to just go lie down, but before I went to lie down, I said, Lord, I said, just like the lady with the hemorrhaging in the Bible, and she believed by just touching your robe that she would be cured, please cure me. And I went and lay down and went into a deep sleep, and the next thing I recall is I hear somebody calling me, go, Catalina, wake up. Or they go, Catalina, and I go, what, Lord? And they say, wake up. So I got up, and ever since then, I was cured. And then the other time is when I was in Mexico. Never been to Mexico in my life, but I was in Mexico, and my boyfriend and I stopped at this store, and there was something I really needed or wanted, and I couldn't find it. And then if any of you have been to Sisters, that road to Sisters, you have pines on one side and pines on the other side. That's what the road was like. But right at the very end of the road, there was this statue, the one that, like the one that's in Brazil, with its hands up like this. And all of a sudden that statue was going like this to me, signaling me to come to him. And I told my mother about it, and she said, well, Catalina, maybe the Lord is calling you. And ever since then, I've helped at church, being a reader, sacristan, asking for the Spanish Masses, and RCIA and First Communion, and that's why I guess my conversion is that I felt like it was time. The Lord, my life wasn't going anywhere, and I felt that maybe, yes, God was calling me, and I needed to be here and be that the only love that mattered was His love. I didn't need anybody else to love me. All I needed was His love, and know that He loved me. After the relationships that I had, and again, looking for love in all the wrong places, I decided that God's love and that He was calling me and I needed to be here for Him and serve Him with all my heart. And so here I am. I'm in everything and anything that I can help with. And in some ways, I guess in my past, I've always helped people. When people started coming over and they needed my help, I was there to help them free of charge, taking them to doctor's appointments, taking them where they needed to go, filling out papers for them. And so my conversion was just knowing that God loved me and that He wanted me to have Him in my life more than anything that is earthly. My faith is very important to me because, again, it all revolves around God, and I know that if I'm in touch with God, I can touch other people by what I do and how I act. And I love serving the Lord. And I love being here, and I keep reaching out to my family who have lost their way. And I feel that by continuing my faith and growing in my faith, that they will also grow to understand and love God.